up, y'all? Good Monday. Good to see y'all. Listen, y'all. If y'all don't know, this is TFG Tonight, and I'm your host, Mr. Haynes. And this is the best morning show that you can watch at night. Y'all listen, that's Devin, that's Lee, and that's Kenny.
I'm trying to be nice.
Black said we got two Americans.
Let's say to my brother Black, man, I think you could be a preacher. I ain't never heard somebody that use a curse word and then read a scripture right after.
So let me state for the record, I am a misogynist. You know,
Pull out the card, Doc. He's
and I'm a chauvinist as well. Anybody who knows me knows that.
That's right.
Now I can go back to minding my own business. Either that boy is Benjamin Button or somebody lying.
And listen, and that boy may be mentally 12, but he's 34.
You bad boy, you don't do it again.
I'll let Black articulate a little bit better than that.
Nope.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's good for the soul. It's like medicine, right?
Yeah, for real.
That's all I gotta say. I wish I had one of them applause buttons to, like it.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
What up, y'all? It's Monday, and we got plenty to say, and we got Tupac to play. I'm just messing around. It's Monday. Good to see y'all. I'm excited, y'all. We just got a lot of energy in the room. You know what I'm saying? Lee was back there dancing. Sister got on her paraphernalia, and Kenny's just always happy. So we're excited. I'll just bring the family on, y'all. Hey, gentlemen, madam, good to see y'all.
Sounds good.
Oh man, and the folks is piling in. Thank y'all so much for joining us. It's been an interesting Monday, y'all. And there's so much to talk about, and I'm not gonna play around today. So let's just introduce our talking point tip jars if you want. I know sister got paid last week, maybe. I don't know. That's what I heard. I don't know nothing, but I heard. That's what I heard. So if you say something you like, please feel free to, I'll send us a little cash out. If you do. I know it was down for like a couple weeks before, but it'll come through eventually, right? For sure.
Right.
I know Waffle House keep trying to charge my card for some reason. Listen, I locks my card, so I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all got to catch me slipping or something.
Okay.
Right. So anyway, y'all doing all right?
Doing good, brother. Doing
Yes, sir.
good.
He back drinking. Is that
No, this just juice. No liquor to New York.
Wow.
I'm proud of you, brother Black.
I am so proud of you.
Oh man, I'm not, because that ain't what the people want to see.
Yeah. Now if we can get you to leave them hoes alone, you'll be all right.
I know about that.
Don't get them early, Kenny. I'm gonna hit you early, Kenny.
Not the no good fit the dirty hose. He
ready to drink out of a dirty cup before he drink out of dirty.
Boy, we are ready to start.
All right, I'm gonna just stop messing around. All right, so listen, y'all. There's a lot going on in politics, and I just want to make sure that we just hit the high points or the low of the high points, if so. Lauren Boebert. She's in the House of Representatives. She ain't no senator. So yeah. Listen, man, she throwed off, bruh. Like she could be over the PTO for Carroll ISD or one of them nice little suburban. So apparently she went to a Beetlejuice children's play. Her and her ratchet husband, I guess. And
I think it's her dude. No, she going through a divorce. So
really?
Yeah, it wasn't her husband.
Oh,
what up, friend? What up,
okay.
Diane? Yeah,
Okay.
What's up?
Hey, y'all, good to see you. Okay,
Hey, what's up?
Well, okay. Well, Kenny says it's a homeboy. What they call them, homie lovers.
I mean, they go. I guess it's a new guy, but it ain't her husband because they going through a divorce.
All right. Well, apparently she needed to smoke, and then she wanted to fondle, and She, of course, just like a good old GOP rep, you know what I'm saying? She said, I don't know what they talking about. And that, you know what? And just like we are today, folks just want to catch you slipping in line. And then guess what? They hit her with that video. And and she was cutting up. And so y'all, I just don't know the people that are leading this country. It ain't looking good, y'all. I mean, these folks here are gonna be at the strip club trying to do some voting. I don't know, man. We ratchet, so it's just raggedy. So that's who she is. So yeah, but I think that's just par for the course now in that thing. What's going on, Bama? Good to see y'all.
What's up, Bama girl? How you doing?
It's her boyfriend.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Well, yeah, man. He done grabbed her breast and she done grabbed this crotch, and they watching Beetlejuice. I guess they thought they was watching Nutcracker.
Oh, yeah. Man, listen, whatever it is, it's kind of I don't know how you get like that watching kids. That just
I don't know either, man.
It's just a little weird to me. So okay.
Here's my one thing about it that I'll say though. I recognize that people are just people. So I'm not holding them accountable for what they do. Look, we all got stuff we do.
Sure.
My thing, though, is we've lost every sense of decorum when it comes to certain things. Once you ushered in an era after you put reality star in the most powerful office in the world, the floodgates opened up to the point where America used to stand for something now, but once the curtain has been pulled back and the advent of social media now where everything is so immediate and we know everything about everybody, it has truly, for me, it's dampened everything that's traditional and there's no decorum left, and my thing is, you're right, it's par for the course, because now that the curtain's been pulled back, we're seeing the people that's supposed to be governing or in positions of power in a whole new light, because you've ushered in a new era of people who frankly just don't give a damn.
And that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. We hold these positions to a higher standard. So if you want to act like that, then don't. I guess you can't say don't run, because if they vote for you, I guess it's all right. So
and the bigger issue is, when you talk about these shenanigans that they do, the people, those parties, they don't call each other out on their BS. Nope. That's the biggest problem. No accountability. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of the most of us as Americans, we don't even give a crap about these politicians, either Republican or Democrat, because we know they both one and the same.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just to continue in this theme, Ken Paxton just got acquitted, or whatever they don't do to him. I mean, it's not a criminal case, but he's the attorney general in Texas, and of course, he was caught, abusing his office just to, appease his mistress. Again, y'all, we're just paying these people just to do it. Anyway, it don't matter.
So even on that though, but again,
yeah,
I'm sorry, I had to chime in, brother. Mm-hmm. Remember the day. And I'm saying this as this was a long time ago. We forget that the segregation civil rights era was only 40, 50 years ago. But think about the Emmett Till trial and think about the 3 civil rights workers that were slain. There used to be a time when people wore this nonsense as a badge of honor. Yeah, I killed Medgar Evers. I brought him down like a deer. Oh, I put a fan around that end's neck, whatnot. While they're not saying it blatantly anymore, and I know this is maybe not necessarily racial, once again, we've ushered in an era where you have politicians and people in positions who are wearing as a badge of honor indecency, immorality, and it's making them even more endeared to the constituents.
Right.
So we're so lost; it's just unreal.
Mm-hmm. Sister, what you think about all this foolery and what blacks say, the efferys?
All I hear is somebody grandma repeating, "We in our last days," because it don't even seem real. It don't even seem real. But that's literally what I could hear. Like the longer you talk, I could literally hear an old lady saying,
rocking in the chest.
"We in our last days."
Mm-hmm. Jesus is soon to come, honey. Mm-hmm. You're right. Yep. Okay. Well, all right. One more for us. This almost seems like this is every 6 months now. The government is gonna shut down. So in 2 weeks, if they don't figure something out, they're gonna shut down the government again. I just don't understand why in the world. I mean, listen, I said it once and I'll say it again. We are going downhill from here. So yes, sir. Thank you for not interrupting this time, but no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am rude.
Yep.
But don't you guys notice that this is a pattern regardless of who's in office? This happens. Think about it, right before the holiday season. And it's built in as a distraction because we're about to head into the full-fledged holiday season, fall and winter setting in. And guess what, folks? Gas is at an all-time high. Food is still at an all-time high. October 1st, the student loan debt is about to kick back in. So to distract the American public and the constantly growing lower class, because there is no middle class anymore, let's talk about the possibility that the government might shut down. So, oh my God, what we gonna do? It's one big fix is in, and the Crypt Keeper is at the helm now, and he's no better than anybody else.
Yeah. I just want y'all to be careful. Listen, Devin talked about grandmama and them talking. Grandmama and them also put their coins underneath their bed. So y'all be careful. I mean, if y'all got a bed, you got a couple of dollars. Some people have air mattresses now or futons. I don't know, but just make sure you keep up with your stuff, man, because they out there partying and having fun on your dime, just so y'all know. So, all right, well, I didn't want to talk about the other Joker because he just can't keep from lying. So it is what it is. So. All right, listen. This was a pretty interesting article that came up, and I wanted to know if y'all had to guess, what do y'all think is the most violent city in America?
Chicago.
It used to be Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Wow, she said Chicago. You say Arkansas. Okay, Kenny.
If I'm just guessing the most violent city in America, I would probably have to say Chicago, just off the top of my head.
Really? I thought Detroit. But I could have been wrong. Some people say it's got to be Houston or San Antonio. Do y'all think it's in Texas?
No.
If we're talking metropolitan city, I don't think it's in Texas. I don't think.
Right. Hey, Miss Toria.
I think Texas is like a lot of, it's like Detroit. Like there's certain parts of it you don't want to go in. Certain parts of Texas, certain parts of Detroit.
Right.
But in Chicago, I heard nobody's safe. You can't go downtown. You can't go uptown. You can't, it's just violence everywhere.
Wow. Yeah. No, you're right about that. Miss Toria, how your husband doing? I know he wasn't feeling good. Miss Stacy, good to see you.
How you doing, Miss Stacy?
Is this your first time, Miss Stacy?
I hadn't seen her before. How you doing, Miss Stacy?
Good to see you. Yeah, thank you. I hope you stick around and watch the whole show. All right, New Orleans, Memphis. Yeah, that's up there. Diane said Chicago. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see what they say. Here is the number one violent city in the entire. Oh, I read this wrong. It's not in America. It's in Texas.
Oh, well, there we go. Okay.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about this. Y'all don't. I thought this was about America, right?
We talk about some violence. Now you done got our hopes on.
Oh, my bad.
Well, I'm curious. What is it?
In Texas?
Yeah.
Tyler.
I don't believe
you know what? I don't believe that because I read that and I was like, but no, I don't think, was it violent crimes or was it like property crimes? Because I think they broke it down into what type of crimes.
Right.
It said the most it says what could go on in the city to make them land the most title of most violent. So it's violence.
But I read that. I think they broke it down into different
property
type of
crimes. Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
So they're talking about property crimes. I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
She said. She said I've been on a couple of times. Well, thank you for commenting.
Oh, thank you,
Miss
Miss
Yes, man.
Stacy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. I don't nobody want to talk about Texas. Like that,
Yeah. Damn, so don't want to talk about Tyler. So
Tyler.
we can move on.
Right. We go. Right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, listen. Before Kenny gets started, Kenny, can we talk about Deion right quick?
Yeah. Let's do some Coach Prime. Go ahead.
Yeah. She said we have not gotten the results yet. We called today. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, keep us
Still
posted,
praying.
man.
Yeah, keep us posted.
Mr. Williams, hope you're all right. You may
Yeah.
be listening, brother. We're thinking about you.
You're in our
Appreciate it.
prayers.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yeah.
What you say, Stacey? It seems like Detroit, but Memphis is getting pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad out there. So I'll do better next week. I'll find out in America then, y'all. Okay.
Detroit,
all right.
Baltimore, Memphis, and Little Rock is the list.
Yeah,
That's
they
the-
definitely
see?
up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I said
Detroit.
Detroit. So I knew.
Detroit, Baltimore,
Mhm.
Memphis, and Little Rock. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Well, that is, y'all. That was a quick segment. Man, y'all owe me about 5 minutes on that one. All right, I'm get some-
Hey, Miss Devin she gonna love you for that. You
I know.
Honey.
Honey.
I'm looking for a cup. I ain't seen no cup yet.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
She lick it up this weekend because the Cowboys won. But anyway,
okay.
all right. Yeah, you know I know what's up. Yeah, okay, all right. So listen, I was up late, brother, Saturday
Mhm.
night. Man,
Mhm.
I had to answer a whole lot of questions that.
Uh-huh.
What they do? Okay, can we just watch the game?
Right.
You know, and again, you know, I heard folks jumping off the bandwagon when it was down. I said, listen, that's a lot of time in the fourth quarter.
Mhm.
So I again, man, go ahead, take us through it.
Well, that was the game of Saturday, Coach. Colorado State, his state rivals, big rivalry game. It was actually Coach Prime's first, part of taking part in that, and it was a dogfight. That first half, Colorado State wasn't no slouch. They was coming in there like, look, you're not gonna run over us because Colorado was a 20-point favorite. But the second half, Colorado got their thing together. Shedeur Sanders, Coach Prime's son, quarterback, he took them on a 98-yard drive to tie that game up, to send it into overtime. And I think, and then it went from there, and the Colorado Bulldogs just had a little bit too much. So, yeah, Coach Prime, the Buffaloes, they're now 3-0. And the hype train is still rolling down the track. Everybody on the Coach Prime hype train at this point.
And it feels different though, right? Because again, it's not the normal bandwagon, right? Like the Cowboys or the Eagles. It don't feel like, because it's bigger now, right? And like I was telling the family earlier, like, but the problem is that everything is being scrutinized, from the black Deion to the white Norvell, or the white commentator talking about it looked like BET on the sidelines with all these rappers. What these people don't remember is Deion Sanders, when he played for Atlanta, Hammer, all of them was on the sidelines then. That's when it all kicked off. So that's just normal for Deion to do that. But I hope that we can get past looking at any of Deion's games again with these racial lenses, because it's bigger, man. He is empowering us to just do it on our own the way we want to do it. And I'm thankful that we've been doing that on this show for a minute before he got here, but now it's going to become more popular, I think. Yeah, go ahead, Black.
So I love this segment, and having said, and you mentioned, Brother Brenton, that you had to answer a lot of questions, as you were watching the game, and I'm taking that you alluded to the fact that your wife was probably watching, who ordinarily wouldn't watch college football.
Right.
He is single-handedly revolutionizing college football.
Yes.
He's bringing eyes to it that ordinarily would not be there.
But is it the football that he's revolutionizing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because off camera we talked about he is integrating the culture of HBCUs into mainstream football. Right. Now that's where the color lines are drawn. Yeah. That's where we're seeing, the little tinge of racism come in, because here's the beauty of white people. I could have colored it up a little bit, but I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm gonna keep it 100. The beauty of white people is this: they love our culture.
You're right.
They love our culture long as it can be kept over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the beauty of being white is that you can put it on and take it off whenever you like. Hint, hint, the Kardashians. But once it starts making definitive money, then they want to take it from you. Mm-hmm. Things that African Americans have created and popularized.
That's right.
We just celebrated the 50th anniversary of rap. Think about how it started and all the negative connotations and the politicians burning rap videos and CDs, things of that nature. And now it's the single most money-making music on in ever. And it's been taken over and by another culture. You know, they rank Eminem as one of the greatest, not taking anything away from him. But anyway, getting back on track, what he's doing, he is bringing eyeballs to college football that ordinarily wouldn't watch it. Now, you're right, Britton, whether they're showing up because they understand the game or just his flash, his panache, his swagger, whatever that is. And it's making a lot of these traditional college coaches very uncomfortable because what they see is that it's going to be emulated. And oh my God, where do I fit in? Because I can't go into a young person's home and do what Deion does. But once he starts changing that culture, and I love what he's doing and making money with it, then they're going to adopt it anyway. So that's the beauty about it. I love it. And for me, it was one of the greatest college games I've ever seen.
And to your point, Craig, I think a little more than Tiger. I know because Tiger was the first black face of golf. Deion ain't the first black face of college football. He ain't even the first black coach.
No.
Right? But here's the
right.
I'm gonna let you have it, Kenny. But here's what I'm saying is I just don't want us to get caught up as Deion as our black savior. He ain't saving nothing. What he's doing is he's being a good example. He's gonna lose games. He may lose multiple games, multiple weeks, like back to back. But that's not what I'm looking for him to be the example of normalizing black love for a man who wants to be a. I'm sorry, it is. Oh, he must be watching football. But I want him to normalize the black love that the country has so well tried to hide from America, right? That it's like it's not normal for a black man to hug a young man because he did something wrong. That's what I want Deion to normalize. And so go ahead, Kenny.
Ms. Devin, would you want to add anything to did you watch the game? Speaking of which, did you watch it Saturday night?
I did not watch that game, but I watch a lot. But Deion is all over my social media, so I always try to give him props and comment and like on anything that happens to come across with him. Now, as far as him showing love and all of that, I mean, that's great, but I never really thought about that. I was more thinking about what Lee was saying, which was it's going to become popular and people with a lot more money are going to try to get in on it. And I don't know what's going to happen to it after that fact, if it's going to turn into something in a culture similar to the NFL. So hopefully HBCUs can kind of stay at that level and just everybody's in it right now to praise Deion, and we'll continue forward with that without anyone capitalizing off of the popularity of it.
And it's so many layers to this Deion Coach Prime in Colorado, because right now they the best team in Colorado. That's gonna keep it funky because the Denver Broncos right now are struggling, and the Colorado Buffaloes tickets are high.
Oh, man,
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but we can really talk about the financial impact Coach Prime has done for that state and for Boulder. But I'm not gonna talk about that. Let's get into this segment real quick. First of all, gotta give a salute to the first lady of the crew down here with her Cowboy shirt on. Yeah. Congrats, Cowboys! Put a 30 piece on them Jets, 30-10 on Sunday, and the Dallas defense, them boys are playing, they balling right now. My Packers. Unfortunately, we couldn't cook that bird down in Atlanta. We lost by 1 point, so it's back to the kitchen for us and Jordan Love. And
the quarterback looking nice though.
Yeah, he's gonna have ups and downs, peaks and downs with him. I already knew that, so I'm not shocked at that. But let's jump into this story real quick. We're talking about LeBron James. This story is kind of 10 years old, but there was some new documents that came out. And ESPN did a year-long investigation. I don't know if you guys know that LeBron James back in 2013, his name came up in this biogenesis probe. If you don't know what that is, that was the big PED scandal that involved a whole lot of baseball players back in 2013. Well, LeBron James was clear after an investigation by the DA. He was cleared of not having any activity involving performance-enhancing drugs during the investigation. Well, the new info, this year-long investigation done by ESPN, 1,400 pages of unredacted federal investigative documents obtained by the network. Two names in this document are two associates of LeBron James. One, the trainer, David Alexander, and one is his longtime friend and business manager, Ernest Randy Mills. Now, according to these federal authorities, they said they found nothing to suggest that these two gentlemen were selling or providing PEDs to athletes, but they did have them on surveillance meeting with Carlos Acevedo. Who is he? He was linked with Tony Bosch, who was convicted in this Balco stuff, and he became a informant for the DEA, and he met with both Mims and Alexander, and that's why the link of James, his name, with these two friends of his, and that's why a couple of months ago there was word of, is he on PEDs? One wrestler even said they were saying he's on PEDs. I didn't want to touch the story. I was like, I'm not going to mess with it. But then when these new documents came out, I said, okay, let's talk about it. Is there smoke? My question to the group, to the family, where there's smoke, is there fire? Do you think that LeBron James may have been involved in some sort of PED scandal? I'm going to start with you, Black. Your thought. And by the way, LeBron was in Miami when all this went down, this investigation, not since LA. Start with you, Black. What's your thoughts on it?
No, and I'm glad that it's come to that level of conclusion with that much investigation having gone on. LeBron's on record. He spends $1 million, folks, every year to take care of his body. His story to me is absolutely remarkable. Whatever you want to think about him in his place, whether he's the GOAT, he's not the GOAT. Michael's the GOAT. Having said that, though,
I agree.
But having said that, he is one of my favorite athletes of all time. He's not perfect or anything like that, but to come into the league like he did and to accomplish everything, we don't even got to go down that road. The part I'm going to focus on, to never have been in any major scandal, and he just is being able to benefit from all of the research and the improvements in science and sports science that's been done. The man takes phenomenal care of himself. You know, he doesn't have any habits. And so the smoke is, yes, they want some dirt on him, but I'm loving that after you have this, 14-month long study, and that's all you find, that he knows somebody who knows somebody. I'll take that every day of the week. God bless you, LeBron. Keep doing what you think, my brother. And I love everything he stands for as a family man. And again, he's not perfect, but I just love how he carries himself. And bravo, my brother.
Miss Devin, what's your thoughts? Where there's smoke, is it fire?
Related to LeBron, I'll be honest, I don't think so. I mean, other than the occasional side hoe rumor.
and that wasn't confirmed. You're right. That's a rumor. That's a rumor. Okay.
Anyway.
Devin, I don't hold that against him, but okay.
Other than that, I think he's for the most part kept a pretty good reputation. As far as over a long career. This is a long time that he has gone without being in any major scandals. Yeah, I think he liked the occasional Latin hoe, but let's take go. But other than that, he's been a pretty good. And I think that sometimes people just want to tie people of his status to something to sort of tarnish his image. So I love that he was able to skate past that. I just wish he skate past them hoes. And then I would
allegedly. I know I'm messing with Devin. You always in somebody's business. Stay out some people's business.
Quit playing with me. I know what I saw.
She is killing him. Oh my God.
Brother Brittany, same question to you, man. Your thoughts on this? Where there's smoke, is there fire? You think?
LeBron is pretty much like Dion to me right now. He has broad shoulders, man, and these boys are holding it down, man. And I promise you, if J. Edgar Hoover was alive, listen, they would be investigating him like they did. What's my boy name that got killed?
Mega Evers.
Nah, the one that was the younger one. The one I can't.
Robert Kennedy. Robert Kennedy.
No, the one that did the movie about the Black Messiah. I can't think of that boy.
Malcolm X.
No, it'll come to me in a minute.
Okay, I know. Okay.
Yeah, but that young dude. I just think LeBron. They ready to find something. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Just like they want to find something with Deion. So I won't say no, but he don't look like it. And so I mean, he's just a humongous specimen of a man. And so that's just what it is. So nah, man, I don't think he did. And even if he did, so what? Barry Bonds,
good point.
all them other boys in baseball.
Mark McGwire.
That's what I'm saying. All of them, Sammy.
Yeah, that was a big baseball scandal.
That's what I'm saying. So it ain't like it's just going. Okay, well, whatever. I mean, ain't nobody. What'd you say?
I don't think he did though. I think his hands are clean. I think he's done well with keeping his hands clean.
Sure. I mean, because most of the time when you take that kind of stuff, man, you normally end up having injuries. You know what I'm saying when it comes to that. So but we'll see. I don't think so, but we'll see.
Well, so yeah, that was my sports segment. Before I get out of here, I gotta say, my homie, if y'all know who I'm talking about, the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes just set the bar, raised the bar even higher.
Oh yeah,
when it comes to quarterback salaries today, he restructured his deal. He will make $210.6 million between 2023 and 2026. That's the most money in NFL history given to a player over a 4-year span. His average annual salary will be roughly $51.375 million.
They had to do it.
So they restructured it, and they're gonna revisit it again in 2026.
Correct.
And guess what? He's gonna get that money again. Because guess what? You know the old saying, yesterday's prices isn't today's prices. So
they had to do it in light of what they paid.
They had to do it. They was gonna have to do it.
It was about respect. It was about
respect,
and I love
they were gonna have to do it. They're gonna have to do it. So again, I just wanted to report that and just give you an update. We got a baseball score going on between Cleveland and Pittsburgh. It's 11-10 in the second quarter with 7 minutes and 32 seconds before half. So I'm tossing it back to you, Brent.
Thank you. And that was Fred Hampton I was talking about.
Oh, Fred Hampton, got you.
Yeah, the black. Yeah. So again, all right. Listen, y'all. We'll keep it moving. School days. School is in a days, really. There's a couple things I want to bring up. Number one, there was a band director in Birmingham, Alabama.
It's always some just shenanigans in Alabama, bro.
Always some shenanigans. Bama, y'all got to get it together down there.
What's going on, Bama girl? What's happening?
But Jefferson County High School, tell me if that's in the hood or not. I know it is. You don't got to tell me nothing. I already know. But apparently this man, the band director, his name is I just lost his name. Something Jackson. No, maybe I don't remember. Okay, I'll see it in a minute. Mims, Johnny Mims, that's his name. See, Johnny Mims sounds like an old player that drive a Cadillac. That's it. Johnny Mims. Right. Johnny Mims was the band director at this school, and apparently they were playing after the game was over. Multiple officers were trying to tell him stop playing, the band stopped playing, but he kept on playing. And so the police officers said, I done had enough, and they tased his butt and took him to jail. So, number one, I see two things. I see an overreaction, and I see a fool. And the problem is, what you say, one fool makes many. So as you keep antagonizing these gentlemen, I'll call them that, but at the same day, it is what it is. Man, listen, when they tell you shut it down, boss, go and shut it down. Now, you know what I'm saying? But to tase him, you just made these boys' day. That's all it was. So, I just, that, and I'm just the trauma just never stops. And secondly, this is a little more saddening. There was a 13-year-old boy who died after two of his classmates attacked him at lunch. His parents are going to receive a $27 million settlement from Southern California school districts, according to the family's attorneys. We got to be careful, y'all. I as a father of a young man who is still in elementary, I fear for these young people's lives, especially when they're like the only child and they're going into these classrooms. Man, these kids are bullying these kids, man, and I can't take it. Like I literally had to go to my son's school on his little open house and sit down and send a subliminal message to his teacher. Like he has parents, and if my child tell me something else, just know I'm not coming with this smile on my face no more. Because I understand you want to control your classroom, or you control the food. Anyway, but I this is just where we are at school, and it's a shame that it's being normalized. And so, what I'm saying, what's going on, Dad? It says they are about killing influence. Yeah, that you said something there. And y'all shout out to my dad. His birthday is tomorrow, man. He be 70 years
happy
old.
birthday.
Hey, happy early born day, Mr. Haynes.
Yeah.
My mama will be 88 tomorrow.
Oh, the same thing.
Crazy,
Well,
man.
yeah. That's what's up.
Hey, are folks just that simple where they having sex at the same time and having I'm sorry. We were born in the same month and now they born. It's just okay, y'all. All right, y'all. Come on, y'all. Mix it up a little bit now. Come on. No.
I discovered what it is. All of us are born toward the end of the year because they be getting it in when it's cold.
Yes.
And we are born
Yes.
9, 10, 11 months later.
That cuffing season.
When is your born day, Devin? When is your born day?
This month on the 27th. That's what I'm
Wait a
saying.
minute, you September too?
They was getting it in at the first of the year. I'm telling you.
That is.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
listen, all right. Well, I must be different because I do it all year round.
This is a test. This is only a test.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done. We can't even be serious about this story no more. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, listen, y'all just kids be safe out there, y'all. And listen, if you got a band director that's in the hood, just know you're liable to get tased or Billy Club, son. Just get off the field, boy. Get off the field. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't even do good stuff serious no more. Okay, sister. Who business you getting in today, ma'am?
First, I'm gonna say Johnny Mims work on everybody's car in the neighborhood, so he don't know no better.
That's true. and he smoked Newport.
He smoked Newport. So you're gonna have to leave Johnny Mims alone because
So wait,
Johnny Mims hold the cars.
So he volunteering as a band director, but his occupation.
Yep. Lady in Florida got in trouble for abusing an autistic kid. She was a dog groomer. They just take anybody these days. It's what was like what you do on Monday. Come teach.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Y'all know I mind my business, but and y'all just like me, I'm sure have no idea who YSL is.
Nah,
However, he's a gangster rapper who was a thug at one time, but in 2020, he was convicted of murder where he murdered a kid on camera. So he wasn't a very smart gangster rapper, but he's a part of the Young Stoner Life, which is a quote unquote alleged gang or crew, and they were being investigated for racketeering charges, RICO, the whole nine. So as a result of that, he was going to be facing 2 life sentences because they were waiting for the RICO charges to tag it onto the back of his murder charge. So when the fool went to court to try to get out of the racketeering charges, this is what happened.
With that accordingly, but your client, I noticed, has been doing the same behavior, and I believe Judge Adams inquired into it as well. So I don't believe that he may be doing just for the purposes of just drawing attention to himself. But of course, sir, as you are well aware, I'm duty bound to consider whatever it is you want to tell me. But your client's nodded in affirmance. He just has some extra movements that the court is noticing, and he's done that the entirety of this particular proceeding. So you haven't said anything up to this point in time, so I'm going to assume that that's something that you and he are working through.
Oh my goodness. And as a result of this, they have dropped the RICO charges on him. And the judge said it really don't matter because he'll go to jail for the rest of his life anyway for murder. But what do y'all think of these new gangster rappers clowning when it's time to face the music? Black, I want to hear what you got to say because you look like you are in straight disgust right now.
For me, number one, the prosecution they're misusing RICO and racketeering charges. They weaponized it, number one. And once you open that door, you inviting damn fools in to be able to strategically try to get out of it and do whatever needs to be done. But what we find out about the so-called gangster rappers is there's no gangster in them. You know what I'm saying? These are opportunists and they're survivalists. They're going to do whatever they need to do. So it was smart, to be perfectly honest with you. You know, when I think about it, act the damn fool in court because, you know, in this politically correct environment, there are things we can't say anymore. We can't call I want to, you know, I'm trying to not be offensive. You know, we have to say short people and mentally challenged and whatnot. And so by that level of behavior, you know, it opened, I think, just enough of a door to where we don't want to be seen as being, the judge probably really thought, is it worth going down this slippery slope to impose that sentence and have to face the backlash of he's mentally challenged and oh my God, he could have did that, this, that, or the other, when it's just simpler that you're already facing 2 life sentences. Let me send this damn fool to jail, you know, and he can tick, nick, knock, and all he wants to in his cell, whatever you want to do. Get to the bedroom, that damn fool. You know?
Really, Black.
I'm just saying.
That's your boy, Kenny. That's your boy.
Did he lose some street cred? Acting up like that in the courtroom?
Nah, I don't think he did. You know what was funny as I watched that video? That was his attorney. His attorney was just basically staring straight ahead, like nothing happened. I believe I think he and his attorney they were in cahoots with this. He said, "Hey man, go in here and act like you got something wrong with you, so the judge will maybe have some mercy on you." So I think they was in cahoots. Ain't nothing with that wrong with that dude. But again, he going to jail for the rest of his life anyway because he was caught on tape murdering the young man. So again, I would have probably did the same thing. What you got to lose? Might as well.
Oh, yeah.
Is it possible, Brenton, that he got a hold of some bad jail drugs though, and that he really did file and then he done with a box of damn rocks? Is that possible?
Well, I've been watching 60 Day In, and I don't think those people in there can get. They'll smoke anything. They'll smoke a real roach. They'll smoke. They'll light up the bleach and the ammonia. I mean, I just think he's been watching too much TV. I think it's gonna work. So no, I mean, literally, I understand, and it's a shame that again, I think he is losing street cred, but no, I've seen people on bad drugs, and that ain't it. That ain't it for sure. Like you will be losing your function, your body. Like that's literally why they're moving like that, because they can't control the function of their body. No, he looked like he was doing some choreography from some of that Rhythm Nation Janet Jackson album or something.
Well, although he looked the absolute fool, I guess it worked because they dropped the RICO charges. So now guess what? Everybody go in that court.
Acting a fool.
Right.
Wow.
So just so y'all know, if y'all go to jail for a traffic ticket or something, because you know we don't do nothing else.
Right.
Most people do is not pay a ticket. Just go in there and fall in the floor and act a fool, so they'll just let you go on home. Now, back to minding my business.
Well, we'll see. But I just hope that ain't none of us trying to do none of that, because listen. Yeah. No, I ain't gonna work out.
I ain't that great of an actor, so I don't think I ain't believable with that. So I don't know.
All right, Columbus Short, y'all. He's an idiot, and I think he may be on these drugs you're talking about, Devin. Because I mean, to hear the foolery that's about to come out this young man's mouth. Let's listen to the video, and then we'll talk about it on the other end.
Just quick small story about Denzel. Denzel, why did I name my son Denzel? My son's name is Denzel.
Word.
Yeah. Denzel, he kept little with me. Like he kept making me feel like a little nigga.
He had you in training. You was training day. You was the white boy in training day.
He kept doing that to me.
For real.
So finally I was like, boom. And I'm just truncating the story. When my son was about to be born, I was like, man, my wife was like, what are we naming our son? I was like, Denzel. Cause why? Cause now he's my little nigga.
That's deep.
Why is that deep?
I was just you see my face. I'm like, that's deep.
I said, man,
what the hell wrong with y'all?
I wish he was a comedian because that would have been hilarious if that was a comedian.
It's dumb.
But
It's like naming your kid after somebody who bullied you your whole life.
Right.
That don't make no sense. They just dumb as rocks. If I was his son, I grew up and disowned his dumb ass. He might be on bad salts.
I do. You know,
Man, I mean, stomp the yard? No, stomp the idiot. Come on, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
come on.
What you think about that, Black?
yeah, and I don't think the guy meant it in terms of deep. I think he was caught off guard. Like, what do you say to that? You know, when somebody's telling that story, because it's offensive, even that you're to your wife. You're
Right.
telling a story about why you named your son a certain name. There's no pride behind it. You didn't say, well, I love the name. You know, I'm naming it after my famous actor, and you attached a word to it that we ain't really supposed to be saying. So you embarrassed yourself, you embarrassed your family, and like you said, Devin, you know, Sister Devin, that's that child when they get old enough, really, that you did that. And
Right.
then if you have any aspirations to continue to act, Denzel Washington is at the top of the food chain.
And you damn
You
sure
damn
ain't
fool.
Yeah, you damn sure ain't go. Man, please.
Are you kidding me?
You damn
It
sure ain't
explains
gonna be
why
in
you're
training
always
day
going to
too.
be a C-level actor,
My
because
goodness.
you've just ensured yourself you couldn't get in a 1,000 feet of him anymore. And now on the strength of that, they're going to question your sanity.
1,000%.
Right.
But to the next person before y'all answer, I just have a question. But if someone sunned you or whatever, and now you have some sort of animosity and resentment, and then you name your son the name of that person who sunned you, as a wife, do I have to be concerned that you're gonna mistreat my son because you want to get back at the person
Oh,
who
my
sunned
goodness.
you?
That's a
It's
valid
so
point.
it's so much mental
much there,
instability there. Like literally, like if that was my friend, I slap him. Like I literally backhand
me
it.
too.
I'd backhand that clown, and I said,
Yeah.
"Man, listen, somebody go get whatever card you need, boy, because you just lost your man card." I mean, that's horrible.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
for a man, what kind of you don't need you like you, just leave, like go to Mars, like to even say that it's stupid. It's like, man, how dumb, like your mental toughness is
Right.
on a negative slope. Like I don't like, man. I mean, I put him up there with Manti Te'o now. It's like, you that stupid, boy. Literally, are you that stupid? I mean, go ahead, kid. Go ahead.
I mean, Brother Black has pretty much, you know, he said what was needed to be said, and Miss Devin too. I just think, you know, this dude right here, what kind of logic is that? What kind of logic is that? And then again, Hollywood, you're gonna be on Tubi now, Columbus. So
Right.
all your we're gonna be seeing you in Tubi movies, bro. That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
That's a wrap for you in Hollywood.
I hope they make a meme out of that fool. I do. I mean, that was just listen. When I say that's the dumbest thing I've heard in 2023, that was the dumbest thing
right
I've
now.
heard in
That is
2023.
the dumbest thing I've heard in 2023.
No, you never tell. Listen, man, there's some things I will never let come out of my mouth.
That's right.
Never, because you know what? It would embarrass.
That's
That
right.
wife needs to pay attention to how he treats his baby.
Yes,
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's one you take to your grave, son. Like, it's just something you listen, man. If you get beat up in school, you better make sure you got beat up in the back of the school, and just don't tell nobody nothing. Right? You just take it to your grave, man. If a girl slap you, that's another thing you don't say. y'all, man, she ain't slapped me. That's right. You just lie. Oh, my goodness, Columbus.
Unless it turns you on.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on how you getting slapped and ready.
All right.
I'm sorry.
That testosterone is real deep over there. Miss Diane said, I'm confused. So Denzel disrespect. I don't know what Denzel did to him.
Well, it's right. They said, I guess on the set of training. I mean, maybe he was,
he wasn't in Training Day.
I mean, whatever. What movie was Columbus short with him in?
So what they were saying was that he was treat Denzel when he was playing his role. He was sonning that white boy, and so he's saying, he was treating you like the white boy on Training Day.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Yeah. It's
so when did this happen? That he never. I mean, I'm confused on.
We talking years and years ago.
Columbus. When was that?
When he discovered America. I don't care.
It don't matter. Okay.
I don't even know.
Right. We're talking years and years ago, and you've internalized this. That's why Sister Devin is right.
Okay.
Enough so that you kept this, and the moment you have a child, a son at that, you're gonna give him another man's name on the strength of that.
I wonder how old is the son. Do we know how old the baby is?
I hope he grow. I hope he Benjamin Button and grown when he came. So, I don't know. What's that boy that lied on them boys? He played on the movie with Taraji. I mean, the TV show.
Jussie Smollett.
Smollett. I'd rather you be Jesse. Lie. Say Denzel yammed you or something, bro. Don't say that.
Let's be honest. The boy is slow. That's why he keep losing jobs.
Yeah.
So he probably back in the day was on a set with Denzel. And let's be honest, Denzel been Denzel since Philadelphia. If you go way back, Denzel been around a long time. And he probably felt like he was on some sort of level as Denzel. But so of course Denzel's gonna act a little bit more superior than a Columbus because he's slow down. He was probably slow then and he didn't have time to fool with him. So I mean, and he just felt some kind of way all this time. But you're right. If Denzel wanted to be ugly, he could stop his whole career if he wanted to.
Okay, here's the word of the day. It's not my final thought, but it is for this segment. Y'all be careful with y'all naming y'all kids. The boy's name is Columbus Short, and I'll leave it there. Okay, Miss said. Exactly. Maybe he actually has somebody got to make some sense. Listen, we'll take all the conspiracy theories y'all got. I don't know. He's just jealous of Denzel. Plus, he's not married anymore. His wife been.
Okay.
Okay.
And on another note, we were talking about Denzel and how big he is. I heard that Morgan Freeman is really, really sick right now. And I was in my little feelings about it. Stopped eating and drinking and all that. And then somebody had to check me and say, Devin, this dude is like 90. I was like, okay, but still, he's still Morgan Freeman. And he was recently acting in a show that I was like just watching on like Prime or Peacock or whatever it's on.
Right.
So, and let's be honest, he's looked this way the whole career. So you can't really tell.
Right. He's not 90, but he's in his 70s, though. I do know that.
He's been old.
But I want to give him props before something happened because I love me some Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
All right, before we move on to this next one, I want to tell y'all missingmoney.com. Missingmoney.com. Y'all go check that out for unclaimed money property. They doing a segment on like Good Morning America, and that's a valid website that if you have money that's out there that you hadn't claimed, then you
already got mine.
Did you?
I literally got money last month. Tasha turned me on to it. They sent me $375 from back when I lived in Memphis.
You kidding? Well, man, that's
what I got. Swear to God.
Wow, that's a lot of women that lost their $7.
This is a test. This is only a test.
Yeah, that's a lot of women that's because that's extra money he didn't know he had.
Didn't know I had.
Okay, I'm sorry. Oh yes, Lioness is the show.
Lioness, that's the show.
Okay. Oh, real estate side, he's 86. Okay, he is almost 90 then. I thought it was in his late 70s.
No, he up there. Him and Clint Eastwood. They up there.
Okay.
I know, Miss Tori. I'm sorry. This is an inside joke if y'all don't know. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. All right, yeah. So missingmoney.com. Y'all check it out and see if y'all get that money like Black do. I'm gonna check mine out since he got his money now. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out too.
And they send it quick too.
Do they send it quick?
They send it real
How
quick.
Okay, I ain't gonna start. Okay.
I went online, filed, under 2 weeks. I had it. Check.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, listen, on the other side of the spectrum. So listen, the Social Security Department is coming back to get their money from all you disabled people who got overpaid back in 2022. It's not your fault. I just want y'all to know that it's not your fault. Some of y'all got paid more than y'all was supposed to get paid, and now they want their money back in 30 days. And some people owe over $100,000.
No way.
Yes. So here's an example. Justin Worrell, 47, works part-time as a kitchen helper in Ohio. A year ago, she was earning $862 a month and receiving about $1,065 a month of Social Security disability benefits. When a letter arrived from the federal government, the Social Security Administration had been overpaying her. The letter said, and wanted money back within 30 days. It said she should mail the government a check or money order for the amount of $60,175.96. I'll just tell y'all, man, y'all better go get y'all a job and stop taking this folks' money, because they're giving y'all too much money. I promise you, it ain't the Lord, because the devil gonna come collect. I just want y'all to know.
How ugly is that?
But how American is it?
Oh,
I
it's
mean, we
definitely
send all
American.
this extra money to Ukraine and to help all these other people. They overpay these folks in Social Security and
PPP loans all over the damn place.
yes,
y'all
all these
next.
people getting all the, and now you want to take money from somebody that's already on a fixed
income.
I feel like it should be like if you got a bank account and the bank accidentally put a whole bunch of money in your account and you hurry up and take it out. All they can do is ask you to give it back nicely. I feel
That's
like
all, right.
They should just be a wash. There should be no penalty for it. But I know they dirty. They'll start penalizing them with the taxes.
Yeah,
right.
I just want to shout out Miss Toria. She gave me a show to watch. Miss Toria, my D ain't dirty no more. My D been clean for a couple of years, baby.
Like, I need to know what that means. What does that mean?
We're not discussing those type of things on this show.
You've been celibate for 2 years? Is that what that means?
No, I ain't been celibate, but I got the records of. I can pull out my phone. My D clean. I'm trying to tell you.
No, you did not go get an STD test.
I'm trying to tell you.
And listen, and he'll put $375 on that one.
I tell you.
He's
The
so
views expressed.
spending them $7 real quick. Seven.
The views expressed by Lee Black on this show is not necessarily the opinion or views of Brenton Haynes, Devin Devine, or Kendrick Henderson.
Yes,
Just
sir.
to put that disclaimer out there.
Thank you, Stacey and Craig, for bringing us back to the house. Social Security does allow you to work while on disability. If you are working while on disability, you have to report that extra income. Otherwise, they will make you pay it back. That is one of many, but y'all know they told y'all that up front. So I know better than that. So y'all be careful. Yes, and America is definitely on their way with 2 fish and 5 loaves. Yes, ma'am. All right. Listen, y'all. Devin, I'm doing really good today. We already at the Black Love series. See?
We making good time. Making good time.
Great time. Matter of fact, shoot, this may take 30 minutes. No, okay, I'm just playing. Expectations, y'all. This is our Black Love series. And so I want to talk about expectations. I want to talk about some expectations why are some expectations so high? Why are some so low? Where's the balance? Or should we have expectations? Just however you hear this, I just want to know, because there's a misconception that I want to bring out as we talk about this. But if you had to categorize yourself high, low, or you're pretty balanced, what would you say you have as it relates to expectations, Devin?
I'm pretty high. I'm gonna be honest.
Do you? Listen, Devin, you know you ain't got a lot of us. You sure better not be lying to Craig. You ain't got Black, what's your expectations?
It depends on what we're talking about, to be honest.
Okay.
My expectations on the one hand are high in terms of what I want, but then they're low in terms of what I take.
Explain that.
He already did. Let it go.
I'd love to wait on nines and tens, but sometimes you got to take a couple of threes.
Yeah, and there you have it.
There you go.
All right, Kenny, go ahead. I don't want to ask anymore.
Again, I can't with Black expectations. Are you talking about in a relationship?
Yeah, because that's what this is.
Okay,
Black love
expectations
series.
in a relationship.
Yeah.
Where's my level of expectations? I'm pretty easygoing type cat. I don't ask for a lot. It's not high. It's just average. Just not saying bare minimum, but I want something that a little bit of effort. So that you into it. So again, that's I'm kind of in the middle, I would say.
Okay, so the definition of expectation is a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future. That's what an expectation is. So you believe that something will happen that will be in the future. So when we're talking about relationships, then based on, and here it is, I guess what we thought when we were younger versus where we are today, have we taken our expectations, or have we had to reel them in some now and settled, basically? So like for me, I don't think a person should settle, but I also think a person should not be delusional. Like if you have to be what you expect from somebody else. So basically, you can't be, and I say it like this, you can't be getting Social Security disability just because you have acted like that dude in the courthouse and you want a 10. It don't work like that. There has to be a balance for me. And so what I'm saying is, if you, again, y'all remember the term, if you want to dress like the job you trying to get instead of the job you got. Right. So it's the same with your relationship. Your expectations should be a balance based on how you're behaving. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So when you take that, sister, you know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you've met your expectation for your, not only for yourself, but for your relationship, versus have you settled?
Well, I think some people mix the words expectations and standards. I'm real big on saying women should keep the standards high as giraffe coochie. Ooh. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like my expectations go, oh, good. But as far as like my expectations go, I don't expect anything more than I offer. And that's kind of where I am. And as far as my expectations go, there are lots of things that are negotiable because I'm not unreasonable, right? Like Tyler Perry recently did a podcast and he said Black women need to settle for a dude that can pay the light bill. That's fine if I'm 20 and I'm only paying the gas bill, the water bill, and the cable bill, and you got the light bill. But if I'm paying up $2,500 of bills and you got $180 on the light bill, what we doing? Have we been married for a while and now you disabled, but you're not coming into my life like that? Yes, there's always somebody for everybody. You'll see homeless people kissing and snuggling under the bridge. But I think everyone should have some sort of expectations. Believe it or not, my expectations it's not so much financial. It's more on, I expect monogamy. I expect you to carry yourself a certain way. I expect you to respect me in a certain way. Don't raise your voice. Like, my expectations are not all financial. Now, you need to be able to bring something to the table because I definitely won't support you. You know what I'm saying? If I'm buying you outfits, you better not wear them. So I'm not going to do that. But I'm just saying, you got to be able to take care of yourself at least. And then you also got to be able to do for me. Because if I'm someone, I've said in the past that I'm someone that I like to do things for my partner. I like to buy nice things. I like to take him to dinner. I like to do stuff like that. So I'm not gonna get nobody where I'm taking you to Fogo de Chao and you taking me to Taco Bell. That's just not the same page that I'm on. So my standards are one thing, my expectations are something totally different, but I don't expect anything that I can't give.
Great point. And I appreciate you making that statement. You don't expect something you're not willing to give yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think everybody needs to take that to the house. So, Kenny, this is my thing for you. As it relates to a father and a daughter relationship, you know what I'm saying? My daughters should have an expectation. I do want my daughters to marry somebody like their daddy, right? Because of how I've treated their mother. So is there a reasonable standard there? And I mean, again, I don't want people to take that. The misconception is that you two stuck up. Well, no, you need to raise your game up, player. Because if her daddy is doing something, again, we can talk about unreasonable, right?
Right.
But at the same time, we do want to raise the bar for our daughters.
I agree with that 110%. You know, that is what I think. I think most fathers with daughters, that's what they aspire for their daughter. They want their daughter, especially the fathers that's nurtured their daughter. Let me say this. First of all, you got to be the father that nurtured your daughter and gave her time and showed her love and let her know that she's beautiful and she can be anything she want to be. I want to say that first. I ain't talking about the trifling daddies. I'm talking about the daddies that's in there. And with mine, I aspired her to that. And I used to tell her, I said, this is the one thing. I said, I can't pick and choose who you fall in love with. I hope that you will want to meet and fall in love with someone like me because of the way you saw me treat your mother. I treated your mother with respect, and hopefully that you will choose a dude that's going to respect you. That's what I aspire and I hope. So, yeah, I agree with everything you said 110%.
Yeah. Okay, Black, I'm going to give you this. I'm gonna piggyback off of what Devin got through saying. Hey, Miss Nehar, good to see you.
Hey, what's up, Miss Nehar?
Explain the danger between low standards and high expectation.
The danger between low standards and high expectations, I think in many cases is probably unrealistic. Just to be honest with you. So
hypocrisy
on every level, because if your standards are low, then you're going to get what you get, you know, and you get what you accept. I think far too often we say what we want, but what we say we want and what we're willing to accept are two completely different things.
True.
You know, and so it's easy to sit here and have all of these things that you aspire and you want in another person, since we're talking about Black love, but it's always amazing to me how quickly people settle for what's given to them, and then they wake up one day and wonder how did they get to that place, you know. Now, if you want to talk about low standards and high expectations, I think they change over time, to be perfectly honest with you. Devin talked about, you know, what she wanted when she's young. I feel that same way as a single male,
right?
You know, and for her, she talked about the financial aspects of it. I'm going to talk about the other parts of it, the physical aspects, the emotional things like that. What I needed 30 years ago, I don't need now. I'm more financially stable in this position I am right now. And so my expectations of what I'm looking for now, in many ways, in some ways, I've lowered that standard because what I bring to the table is no longer everything either, you know? So I'm not looking for that dime piece. You know, I jokingly said about waiting on a 10, taking a couple of threes. That was a joke, you know, in some ways, you know, but when I was out there, I really did do numbers. But at this stage in my life, you know, I'm not looking for that perfectly aesthetic woman. I'm not even looking for somebody necessarily, you know, has everything in place, but you need to be financially stable. But the expectation has been lowered in a sense in that even what I'm willing to give at this stage. So they have to be realistic if you want those two to meet, you know, somewhere in the middle in terms of, but I get angry, particularly when I see women sometimes. I'm going to say it like this. It's amazing to me that after you done had your legs pinned clear back behind your ears, had every crack and crevice stuff deep as they can get it, and you got 3-4 kids and whatnot. Now all of a sudden you want to get standards and what you ain't gonna do. So if you want to answer your question, low expectations, high, you got to meet somewhere in the middle. You're not gonna have me now dating, and you're gonna give me none of that mustard snatch when you done gave it away to everybody else. I got to have some of it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be realistic. I'm just saying.
No, sir.
Why you say no, sir? Okay.
Because I know a lot of women who are in that boat where they've had multiple children by men that were absolute trash, men that they slept with quickly and they ended up being nothing. So now I think they've grown as they've gotten older and they just don't want to do that. I am someone who held out on dudes in my recent dating life, my most recent dating life, and some of them went away because they say dumb shit. Like, we can't know if we truly compatible unless blah, blah, blah. And I feel like the best way to get close is through intimacy and just dumb stuff. And I'll be like, you got me effed up. You know what I'm saying? And what's so bad about it is, I'm not even saying that if I wanted him like that, I wouldn't have done it. But when you say dumb shit, that just makes it even that much harder for you because you think I got food written across, you know what I'm saying, my forehead. So I do think some women have high expectations. Lord, I pray that people I know don't watch this, but I have friends who they aesthetically challenged. I'll just say that, but they want to do with a 6-pack and a good job and da-da-da-da. And
it don't match. It don't match.
No, that don't. No.
And this is where Miss Devin, I'm gonna call you out again because you have to consider the source.
But it's my thing though. But like I tell them, that's fine for you to have that dude, but what's in it for him? Because he gonna expect you to pay all the bills, help get him a car. His credit score probably 225. Like there's just you're gonna have to compromise a little bit. You can't get the total.
Right. So I'm not disagreeing on principle in that. And again, you got to consider the source. So I'm not talking about as you age developing standards and morality. I'm okay with that. But I'm talking about when you go from one spectrum end of the spectrum to the other, and then you have to consider the source. So if I met you, and I'm looking at what you've been accomplished and what you bring to the table. When I'm talking about, somebody whose titties hanging down to her stomach, she nickname was Jawbone. Now you're gonna tell me what you ain't gonna do? Come on now. You got to make it make sense.
But you talking about the women that take the $7. I'm talking about the
Okay, and okay, even joking on that. So here's the beauty of that, and I wish I could go deeper into it. You would assume when I'm talking about those $7 hoes that I'm talking about the tramps in the street. The women that have given me the most flack is the church's chicken chicks. Women that actually have good paying jobs, they're the easiest ones. I actually targeted nurses and teachers.
Oh.
Nurses and teachers. It's that chick that is working in that at Dollar General, like what you drive, blah, blah, blah. But in truthfulness, the women that come to my atmosphere, they don't want money from me. They want that D. They live, in most cases, they drive a better car than I do, live in a better house than I do. They looking for, I tried it that way. I laid out the candles and the this, that, and that, steak, this, that. No, they come for the D. I don't need you for the other stuff. And that's where the realization hit me. So the truth of the matter is that now I can go out here at Walmart right now and drag a nasty 50 no-get hoe in here. And now for her, I know what I'm getting. That's why the lights are dim. She can be here at 3:00 in the morning. And, I'm gonna knock her down right here on this floor. She ain't even let that musty bitch on my couch. But the nice, halfway decent women, they know what they're coming for. And I don't like, most time I have to spend. They bring me stuff. What do you want, baby? Can I bring you something? Those are the ones who are not that challenged. And by the way, the 4 times that I had chlamydia back to back to back to back, it wasn't from those nasty bitches. It was from those so-called high-class bitches too.
Oh wow. Okay.
Whoa.
That's a lot of rabbit holes, and I'm gonna leave them there because there's some thought processes here that again okay, we may have to do part 2 on this thing. That's interesting because we're opening up some doors that I would love to walk through right now, but for the sake of time, I just want to say this: there's a difference between settling and being content. And I just don't want you to lie to yourself. Right? Being content is being okay with what you have and where you are, but settling means that you've been lying all your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, to yourself about what you desire. But then as you get, she said, leave it. I'm going to, Miss Tori. I'm not. But lying to social media about who you are and what you ain't. And again, I'm gonna take that rabbit hole. Okay, yeah. So just again, make sure you know the difference between you're content with what you have versus settling with what you lied about. That's a whole different ball game. Okay, so Demi, I'm gonna give Demi her space. She says my father didn't approve of one of my boyfriends because he saw in the guy that he saw in the guy that didn't show how he would take care of me like him, and he was right. Yeah, and that's what real men do. We make sure that don't happen to our babies. So true, Devin. Nasty, no good. Can we stop putting it on the women and look in the mirror? Well, see, okay. Tori said, "Don't do it. I ain't gonna do it." Okay, we'll talk about this some more, and I'm gonna start right here where we ended on that note, because there are more to this, y'all. We're playing a game at this point. At that point, where there's a game being played, and you got to take yourself out the game in order to start having some serious conversations and some serious interactions. Like, I applaud the people who got it right, but again, if you can't want a serious relationship, you still playing games. There's a game out there, and
that's
listen,
a whole nother topic.
I know that's what I'm saying. And again, listen, Lee Black, he the ref. Listen, and he just told us he got another job. He a prostitute. Okay, I didn't want to. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, so yeah,
you cut me deep, brother. You cut me deep.
Boy, please, that ain't nothing but a 1-inch safety pin. Oh, that was good though. All right, listen, y'all, we're gonna let him have it, man. Lee Black, he got something to tell us. He's gonna talk to us about Welcome to the Throne.
And organically, you can't make this ish up. So again, I thought of this topic at the last moment because something that hit me, and it goes right along with the Black Love series, and we talk about, because we do have to look in these mirrors and assume accountability for where we're at. And right now, there is a battle being played out on social media called BrickGate. Over 1 million likes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Rhoda Osman, also known online as Ro Bash. This young lady says she got hit in the face with a brick because she turned down the affections of a man. Yeah. And she basically said all these black men were standing around and they didn't do anything. And it's ignited this social media battle between black men and women about accountability. And, us stepping in and defending women. And they questioned whether, she was telling the truth or not. And they likened her to Jussie Smollett because in digging in her social media past, it comes out that she has possibly had some scams that was going on. But according to her, she was able to produce, that she did go to the hospital and this, that, and the other. But more importantly, what it did is it opened up this chasm on conversation between black men and black women about whether we protect black women and standing around and what are we willing to do and things of that nature. So much so that if you go through and read an article where it talks about this age-old argument between black men and black women, I want to read something, and then I just want to quickly tell you what's the travesty in all of this. In this particular instance, it says there's a generation of black men who, particularly in the post-Obama years, have not had the kind of life and professional successes that they want. And sometimes they see black women promoted in certain kinds of ways. They're really in their feelings that as a black man, they're being left behind. This disaffected block of black men may feel less convicted to stand up for black women. And the article goes on and on to talk about that. What truly is sad to me about that is we're the only culture and the only race that do that to each other. You never see this type of infighting amongst Asians, Indians, whites. It's only that chasm between black and white, black and women and black men that we see happening. And so I want to submit to you guys, I don't have the answer to this, but what caught me off guard about it is the fact that we're at war with each other as black men and black women, and we even saw it in the last story. Because I can sit here and tell you my life and what it looks like. Having said that, I'll say this. We're already facing extinction as black men. And this is not taking up for black men, because Lord knows we've done our share of damage to black women and the level of toxicity that we brought to the table. But don't get it twisted, folks. This idea that post-Obama, we feel left behind and are jealous of women. No, when you work so hard to emasculate us, and we already are an endangered species because we're disproportionately in jail, we're gay, and you wonder what's happening and why there aren't enough black men out there, take a look at the VMA Awards, folks. Take a look at the black women that have ascended to the throne. And so you wanted it, now you got it. And I've been saying this for a long time. I don't know whether I can open a door for you or not. I don't know whether I can give you a compliment or not. And when you're coming out with videos and sexy red and this one and the other one is telling you how wet their snatch is, this, that, and the other, and stick it in each kind of hole, you're not behaving like the queens that I'm going to defend. And so again, I'm not excusing what men have done, but to your point, Demi, we all need to look in the mirror then and be honest about where we stand. And it's not just black men, but when we finish it cut and dry, we need to stop being at war with each other, and we all need to get our shit together because all our draws stink. Period.
Amen.
Well, sir.
Amen.
Well, sir. Uh-oh, Neha says, I just want to know who. Now listen, I'm gonna have to do a Boys in the Hood. I'm gonna have to turn that red car around here and come get this one. Well, I don't want a man with bigger breasts, hips than me, with bad credit, period. And everybody and their mama's okay with that, because that's your expectation.
That's what you want.
Absolutely.
Nobody have a problem with that.
Now again, I don't know what the other side of that looks like, but what we're saying is make sure that they want you. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's all I'm saying.
Make sure you can produce what you expect.
That's right. And that's all I'm saying, because show me consistently where a woman that wants something that she doesn't strive to do herself, that doesn't work out commonly. Again, in the process of love, you can have a relationship that you started one way and then life has its ups and downs, babies, things happen. Then love pushes you through that moment, right? That's a shallow person who leaves someone they are spent time with and had children with just because they look different. If you love them, then you love them from where they are, or then you learn how to encourage them properly and you do it together. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway. So that's all I'm saying. So nobody ever going to deny what y'all want. I just want to make sure what y'all want, they want you. This is it. That's it. That's all I'm saying. All right, Demi says exactly. That's why I made that comment, Black. I'm always checking me because
Beautiful.
That's who I can control. 100%, man. So,
that's a woman Miss Demi, I respect the ish out of you, because you always keep it real, and you're not hiding behind avatars. God bless you, sweetie.
Yeah.
I hear you, Brother Black.
Yeah. And see that young man right there, that's a prime. Well, yeah. I'm just telling you, I know. Yeah. So again, it's different. Okay. So again, great topic. I think we're gonna pick it back up next week. All right, listen, y'all. It has been fantastic show today. I appreciate y'all so much. It's final thought time, and yeah. Okay. Well, Black, since you already up there, give me your final thoughts, boss.
My final thoughts comes from a line from the movie Equalizer, since we evoked Denzel Washington. And one of the lines he said in the movie Equalizer 1 is he says, when you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud. Folks, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it.
Right.
Yes, sir. Now, Neha, well, I would think many men would not want a woman with smaller breasts, hips than them. I'm just saying. Well, that goes without saying, unless he play for the other team, and then he don't care. So so I don't know how you making that comment. You got to make that make sense.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Okay. So all right, sister, your Cowboys gonna win next week?
Yes, I'm going from.
Yeah, y'all should. Y'all got Arizona.
Y'all gonna win that.
Y'all should beat them down.
Y'all gonna win that.
Arizona. Yeah.
All right.
I want to piggyback off of what Black said. I think that Sexy Red and whoever the chick was crawling all over the floor at the VMAs, I don't think they represent Black women any more than Kanye and YSL Polo acting a fool in court represent Black men. I just don't think social media talks enough about who truly Black women are and how we take care of business and how most of us are respectful. But the thing I think is happening now with Black women is Black women just, the standards have changed, you know what I'm saying? Because we've always been taught that we have to nurture a man, and any man, a piece of man is better than no man. Mm-hmm. We've been taught just, get your man that's nice to you. I remember my mama even said to me, long as he ain't beating on you, it's all right. And I'll never forget those words. And I just think women, Black women in particular, we're okay now with being alone, even if that could be forever, if we don't find someone that we're looking for. And I don't really think that's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you keep those, and as a result of that, you have a lot of men who they kind of shit on Black women, you know what I'm saying? And they tell us things like that. We have too high of expectations. And I don't think women should ever be made to feel bad for now having certain types of expectations, because I just don't think we should have to settle anymore. And I think a lot of us are okay with being alone. You see women on girls trips now, and maybe 10, 20 of us just doing our thing, living our life, because we'd rather do that and be good alone than just settle with anybody and be mistreated and just solid and happy. And I think that all women should continue to keep those standards high as Giraffe Coochie and just live their life and keep doing that, because if you meet the right person, they'll meet you where you are. But at the same time, I definitely think we always need to work on us. We can't expect something for somebody that we can't give. Just like you were saying, the chick that work at the Dollar Tree making whatever minimum wage is, $7.25, can't expect this man to drive up, you know what I'm saying, in this fancy Mercedes and take care of her and look a certain way, because I just don't think that's realistic unless maybe she looks a certain way. I'm just going to be honest, because some men will settle for a woman like that if she fulfills his needs in other ways. But I'm just, we somehow as Black women and men, we have to find that balance to where we're always on the same page. I wish they would quit portraying Black culture with men as like them idiots and portraying Black culture with women as the fools who talk about how they coochie pink and their booty hole brown, because that's truly not who we are. That's just what's popular in social media and what sells.
I truly hope you're right, but I'm not optimistic. And I just think that this level of independence and being okay with being single has come at the expense and emasculation of men.
It's a deep conversation, and I promise y'all, we're gonna talk. I think we're gonna do a Black Love series before the end of the year for sure, just the whole show. So we'll get there. I promise you. I'm working on it really good. So I want to say this to all y'all, very strong, independent women. I don't think we're disagreeing with you all. I think we're just seeing it on two different perspectives, but we're seeing it in the same direction. And we're just saying we agree. They are low down dirty dogs, but y'all can't lie with them either and then be acting like y'all gonna fix it. No.
But what I need to know one day, I know this show is pretty much done, but what I need to know one day is, I know what emasculation is, but how does a Black woman not make a man feel emasculated without lowering her standards? I need somebody to tell me.
I love that question. I love that question. And in short,
why don't we talk about it?
Get back to traditional values. We've lost the identity of gender roles because it's a dirty word. Even early in this show, we can't say midget, we can't say retarded, we can't say fag, and so we've taken tradition out of it. When it's okay, to be masculine, but we're told we're toxic. So it should be a much bigger conversation. We are at the end, but beautiful question.
Yeah, and Kenny, I'm finna let you do your final thought, but I just want to put this in for the record so that when we do talk about it, I can remember my thought about this. It's not, you should not, anything you say, you should say it in love, and it shouldn't make me feel emasculated. There's nothing that beautiful Black thing downstairs can say to me that'll emasculate, because I was already emasculated. I'm all man. It ain't no problem. What you're seeing is insecurity, and then they want something from you that they can't give themselves. That's what we're getting away from. Again, we have misdiagnosed what an alpha male is. We think it's somebody that's busting heads and putting women in the hospital. Nowhere from the truth.
Beautiful point.
Nowhere from the truth. No, but yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So that's great. That's good stuff. All right, Kenny. What you say? Back to being barefoot and pregnant with no. I'm ready. I'm ready for you to have this conversation too. I'm ready. Yeah, we gotta get you. We gotta get that balance going with you. All right, Kenny, go ahead. Hit me with it.
I just want to say this to Miss Devin and Brother Black. They both eloquently stated their sides on this, but I want to say this in defense of men. Mm-hmm. I think that women have a safer space to express their opinions, especially on social media, where they can do that and not get comments that can be taken as shots. Whereas men, we don't have a safe space to really express ourselves on social media, because guess what? We're gonna take shots. And that's one of the biggest issues, I think, in Black women and Black men and what we're dealing with. Black men don't feel like we have a safe space to really express ourselves. So I would just want to say to my sisters, you may not agree with what we say sometimes, but at least make it a safe space for us to say it, because we're going to respect what you say. So that's part of it. Now, I'm going back to the funny Kenny. I want to say, Lee Black and Devin, y'all doing good with your cursing. But actually, I don't even give y'all the merits no more. Y'all go ahead and do y'all thing.
Right.
So, yeah. But I want to wish a happy born day to my nephew. His born day was today. He turned 17.
Happy birthday.
Happy born day, Dalen. My guy, Mr. Guitar Man, happy born day to you. And I want to give a shout out to my dude, Country Wayne. If y'all know who Country Wayne is, he got famous on Facebook. But guess what? His Netflix special is dropping tonight at midnight. So
he's a huge Cowboy fan too, by the way.
Yeah, so check out my guy Netflix, Country Wayne. I think we can start to see it at midnight here, I believe.
Okay.
So but it drops on the 19th on Netflix. So go check out Country Wayne. Support black folks. Let's support one another. Black men and Black women. Let's support each other.
There you go.
That's my final thoughts.
And again, y'all, I want to say this. I love Black women, and I mean it. I got three of them in my house, and I love all of them. And I just want to say, this.
I love them too.
If the only way you can hurt my feelings is if I care about you, right? That's it. So I don't take offense to nothing Nihar say. I don't take offense to nothing anybody says, because not that I don't care about you. I'm just saying, like, we don't have that type of relationship. My wife should love me enough not to want to hurt me. Again, if you want to hurt your man, if you want to make him feel like that, well, then you don't care about your man. That's all I'm just saying. So that's what I'm saying. We want to be able to trust our women. So that's the reality. So again, that's what's not normalized either, that men don't trust their women because they always feel like they got to be defensive. So if y'all put them darts down, we'll put our
Miss Toria.
This is a whole topic,
Thank you.
bro.
Well, and then of course, and I love them hoes more than they love themselves. So that's a whole nother subject.
Craig said, I think one example of emasculation is a woman putting down a man and feeling she doesn't have to respect him because he makes less money than her. It's a lot, man. So
it's a lot. It's a lot.
We're gonna sit at the table and we're gonna discuss that. What one thing TFG tonight can do is we can sit down and talk. That's what we can do. We can talk. And so that's what we do. What you say, bro? I want to know what
just juice. Just juice.
Oh,
no liquor. No liquor. I haven't been on lid. No liquor.
Yeah, and that's scary too. Like, that's wrong.
Right.
But he keep making my ratings go down because he ain't drinking. Okay. All right, y'all. Listen, beautiful show. I appreciate it. What you say? We need a show about it. We're gonna do it, and I mean it. Y'all know we're gonna do it. So, all right, listen, y'all. I got an age-old question I gotta ask us. I really need y'all to put y'all thinking caps on this one, please. I'm being serious. Why did the chicken really cross the road? Why did that chicken really cross the road, y'all? Come on now. I mean, they've been asking us for decades.
What Cedric the Entertainer say? Because there was a brother behind him with a hot sauce and a pepper.
There you go. That's it. That's the
I'll
answer.
take it.
I'll take it. That's the answer. Miss Debbie got it.
Okay,
Yes,
Miss
sir.
David got the answer. All right,
Yeah.
well, good. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this then on the side.
Damn. Did he have a box of chicken? Was that a box of chicken?
Or was you running with a chicken?
Was that a box of chicken he had? He had a 3-piece from Churches. Is that what happened?
I don't know what it is, but listen, I just hope whatever that chicken was doing, he wasn't with that dude, right? Because he won't make it get to the other side. I mean, listen, y'all, that's the dudes y'all need to be mansplaining. I mean, emasculating right there, because that's a bigger idiot than Columbus Short. Y'all know that's just that's just it. So I don't know why the chicken didn't cross the road, but I definitely know if he's going with him, he sure ain't getting across there safely.
He did. So hey, you got that right. Yeah, he about to be a 10-piece if he going with him.
Yeah,
He
man.
10-piece somewhere.
Man, listen, I can't wait to go back and watch this show. This was great. Listen, y'all, that's Kenny, that's Black, and that's Devin. We'll see y'all on Monday. We out.
Peace.
Peace.